It's gonna be a fucking all the groceries in one trip. You can't tell me you don't fucking do that every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time you're
Every
gonna come
time.
in, you're gonna have fucking all the bags in both hands. And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just gonna be like, you're clenching one in your ass cheeks if you got to, just to get in
You
the
start
door.
layering them up on like your arm, your forearm. You load them all. I load them all on my left arm first, hook as many as I can. Boom, and then at the end I try to swoop all the rest with the right hand, like hip the door shut.
You know what you always do though? You fuck up. You forget to take your keys out of your pocket.
The keys.
You get to your fucking door and you're like, no. Or your keys are in your hand from locking your car up, and then you got all the shit. So
They're under the bags.
Shit, and you're like trying to pull them out. Oh, I hate that, dude. That is the worst. Well, welcome to the Bernie Dyke podcast. I got a special guest here today, good friend of mine, Dakota. And cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So, I did things a little different today, and we got some chicken wings. And,
Got a good little setup here.
That was actually my nickname back in school because I was so scrawny, but I was, was wiry, bro. They just all called me Chicken Wing, and yeah, they can all kiss my ass now. So
Fucking chicken wings.
So I made these chicken wings after I got down to the gym today. These babies are crispy, but before we get into those, tell me a little bit, about what you're doing. And you brought me over my 10th hot sauce for the table today. So
Yeah. A buddy of mine, shout out Brandon Schluter. We started making some hot sauce. Started with just a drunken night conversation. We were like, marketing, promoting. You just come up with a good name, a good marketing plan. You can pretty much just pitch to anyone. People will buy it. And first name flopped. We had to go with a different name. Went through LegalZoom. Too bad we're not getting paid for the sponsorship on the podcast.
I'll let them know they're gonna cut a check.
Yeah, we'll have to hit them up, see if they want to start sponsoring. So I could tell you guys, like, go to checkout, type Keegs and Coda or something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
But yeah, so we got the hot sauce rolling. We actually just yesterday had our logo turned into a vector file so we could get all legit and start getting stuff made, get labels made. And this sauce here is just like a habanero. I think there's some naga, maric peppers in it. Carrots, onions, vinegar, salt, pepper, cumin, kind of standard hot sauce recipe. And just a test sauce, made about a dozen bottles. So I brought one over for you today, bud.
Well, we're going to have to try one of those out. And, yeah, so I used to work with Dakota back in the day. Like, my second job out here, I worked at Bell Honda. I was a salesman, and at the time, you were what, right out of high school pretty much? Man, you had to have been fresh out of high school.
I was pretty young, yeah.
It was about 10 years ago.
I know I had a fake ID and I wasn't 21 yet.
You used to do like a lot of tenants.
Yeah.
Move the cars around,
Yep.
Get them cleaned up for me faster than the other fucking dudes because people were dragging their fucking feet. But dude, we had a cool little crew, and we all used to have to sit there like late at night while I was making phone calls. Y'all were just cleaning up shit.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, it was a cool job. I mean, it sucked, but you meet cool people. That's kind of how it works. So It's funny, the day that Bob had called me and told me that he had to move, like the shit was happening, I was so just fucked up. Like, I was like, man, I just got this podcast going.
Yeah.
Bob's a good friend of mine, and I was just like, what do I do? Like, how I honestly was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And it was funny because the first person that I had run into when this almost happened before, and I ran into a buddy of mine that through mutual friends we know, Ramsey. And same exact thing. It was just totally random. I stopped to get some tacos, and old boy was out on the patio of the place, and I went and talked to him. Then the day Bob calls me and tells me, like, bro, I just put in my notice, I'm moving. And I'm like, shit. All right, got to find a new person. Within like 8 hours, you call me for like a pool question, like totally unrelated.
Yeah.
But just like, what's up, bro? I got a question.
I was like, hey, Keegan, haven't talked to you in a couple years.
Oh,
by the way, my buddy's pool pump, so-and-so, and
that was just crazy. Like, I'm like, somebody's watching out for me, man. Like, so I was like, oh man, this dude. We used to hang out, after we both had left that place. We hung out for a while after.
Well, I left end of 2010. I was in India for like 4.5 months or something like that. I left and went to India. My buddy Rish over there, one of my best friends, my brother, him and his dad opened a sports bar over there. So I left, and I was in India for like 4 or 5 months for the grand opening of that and everything.
That would have been crazy.
And when I came back, I started working at the gym, and I think I saw you a little here and there. Remember we came over and like grilled steaks and stuff one night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you at like a Trillium or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it was.
I was at Trillium over there.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that had to be, so I was trying to think of this last night. My daughter's 5. You've probably never met my daughter.
No.
So I'm like, it's been at least 5 years.
Well, and we used to hang out a little bit after, like right before you guys had her. Because I used to come over to that house off like Greenway, or it was next to a park.
Yes. I live in that same neighborhood still. About another house in that neighborhood, not too far away, a couple blocks away.
I remember I came over there a few times.
Yeah, it's actually Acoma Park.
Okay.
I believe it's called Acoma Park. Yeah, right over there off of Greenway.
So yeah, that's how we know each other. And it was just fucking crazy because, you know, one of the things that I remember hanging out with you is that we can both talk. Like, we both just would chat, and, like, you get to a certain point with certain people where you just can't, there's nothing to talk about, but we never really had that issue.
Oh, yeah.
We would hang out for hours. So when you called, it was just like, dude.
Well, and even our phone call the other night was just, we were just bullshitting. It was like 48 minutes or something.
48 minutes.
I was like, damn, that was...
It's easy.
Didn't even realize it.
So I was trying to warn you, like, dude, 2 hours creeps up so fast doing this. All of a sudden, you're like, there's no way we shot. And then the worst part is when I'm editing it, and I'm like, I can't give the people 2 hours of this. They're not going to want to listen to 2 hours. But, you know, sometimes it is what it is. So, dude, I'm getting into a chicken wing here. I don't know what one I want to start with. What sauce?
I mean, I would probably take the route of going with something not as hot to start, but that's maybe just me.
So we're gonna
climb your way through.
Your way. How hot is yours?
Oh man, I'm a hard gauge because I can eat some really hot stuff. I can tell you that there's not a lot of vinegar in it, whereas I know Tabasco, Texas Pete, Red Hot, those are pretty heavy on the vinegar side. That might, you know, mess with your taste buds a little more. Mine's a little more natural, not as much vinegar.
So we got a sriracha pepper sauce, and Pain is good. I don't know if the camera can see that. All right, there we go.
Yeah, they make Pain makes some good sauces.
And then you got these are all so. Let me tell you a quick story on how I got all these hot sauces. Not these 3, obviously, and there was more at certain times. But when my sister moved out here, I think they thought I didn't know, but she was kind of dating my best friend.
Oh, like back from New Hampshire?
From here.
Oh, from here.
From here. They had met when they had come out on vacation, and he was here. And, you know, he's my friend. Like, we hung out all the time. Great guy. And so they were kind of trying to keep it, you know, I guess I'm a little crazy.
Keep it on the down
They
low.
didn't want to tell me I'm fucking nuts. So they were nervous.
Yeah, it's your sister, and he's like, man, I don't
want to ruin it, you know.
Yeah.
So we figured it all out. But there was, you know, I was a little sour for a bit because they didn't come to me right up, you know, and just say it. So every time they would go, his family lives in California. Every single time they would go to go visit, which was quite a bit, they were going like every couple weekends. They'd bring me back a hot sauce and like something from, like, they'd buy me a present and they brought me back
and hot sauce is perfect.
A redwood tree one time, like one of the little ones that are growing. They brought me all this crazy stuff back, and finally I told them, like, dude, I'm not mad at you. You don't have to bring me, you know, keep bringing me presents, but you don't have to bring me presents, like, you know.
Yeah.
But so that's how we ended up with a bunch of these hot sauces. So shout out to Tim and Jordan for bringing me a bunch of hot sauces I had in the fridge. This one right here, this is Suzanne's hot stuff. This is up in Cave Creek. So there's a hot sauce store up there.
Yeah, I've been there before.
So I was in there 2 days ago because I stopped to get a fresh bottle of this. And I don't know if you know this, but they have hot sauce extracts up in there.
Yeah.
They have 1 million, 2 million, and 5 million Scoville units. It's a skull. It's a little glass skull, and they fill it up with this like dark brownish red like oil.
Oil, yeah. It's like a tincture almost or something. Yeah.
It is. So it's expensive too. It's not cheap, and you have to sign a waiver just to be able to like purchase this shit.
Oh, I was mentioning earlier. So I tied one on last night real late. I was pretty hungover this morning. Ate a hefty breakfast. Didn't know that I was going to be having a bunch of hot wings over here. And after this, we're meeting some friends over at the freaking brewery. And there's a food truck called Crazy Hot chicken, I believe. It's Nashville style chicken.
Really?
So after this, I'm going to be going there and eating some extremely hot chicken. And the way I got to that point was their hottest sauce on there is a Reaper, or their peppered powder. It's a Reaper pepper, and you have to sign a waiver to eat that. So I was like, well, you already know I'm going to have to try that. So, you know, we're going to eat a lot of hot chicken today. Probably going to, you know, have a great night. Splendid night.
I'm trying not to chew into the microphone. These chicken wings are amazing.
Yeah, it's a good move. So would you start? You started with the Suzanne's. All right. I'm gonna go the same route so we can talk about the flavors where it hits on the palate.
Now, here's the thing with this one. Its texture is kind of like it's kind of like a salsa more than it is a hot sauce, but it's a hot sauce. And the problem with that is if you put it in a bowl, people start, and it tastes so good.
So
People start dipping it like chips.
Yeah.
So funny.
Which is definitely doable.
Oh yeah, it is, and it just kind of creeps on you. But here's the deal: that's real chipotle and real roasted garlic. And if anybody knows what that does to your stomach,
breath kicking. And your stomach.
And it flips your guts, and it'll flush you out real quick if you eat enough like real chipotle and garlic. So I used to buy this stuff when we lived at Trillium, and we would do these barbecues. Well, we all would cook food, and this lady that lived there just walks up one day on her burger, grabs a bottle of this. Now, this stuff's like, it's with tax, it's $15 a bottle.
It's a large bottle.
It's a large bottle. She comes over and dumps, like if you were to just cover your burger with A1 sauce.
Okay.
She dumps it all over her burger. And I'm kind of pissed because I'm like, dude, that shit's expensive. Like, I didn't even invite you over to here. Like, you're not with us.
Yeah, and you just drank $3 of my $15 bottle of hot sauce.
Exactly. So I was a little pissed, but I was like, whatever, because I knew
at this point you got to watch her. Like,
Well,
all right,
now
I want
I
to
know.
see,
Mhm.
I want to see karma happen
Well,
if
and
this
I knew
lady's
it
not
wouldn't
into
kill
hot.
her right off because it's, you know, I knew she liked hot. You know, just being stupid enough to pour that all over her stuff.
Mhm.
But I knew what it was going to do to her at about 3 o'clock in the morning when she was sleeping. Because it had happened to me before because I got a little too overzealous with that shit and I ate way too much. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, I was in the bathroom praying to God that somebody would just strike me with a bolt of lightning so I didn't have to feel this pain anymore in my stomach and in my lower abdomen. So I saw her about a couple days later and I said, hey, how'd you do the other night at about 3 o'clock in the morning? And she just looked at me with the craziest look, like
Thinking that you heard her through the.
I was like, that shit flipped your guts, huh? I was like, that's why you don't just grab somebody's hot sauce and just dump it. And she's like, Jesus Christ, that stuff. I thought I was dying. And I was like, yeah, it's real. That's got the real stuff in it. Like, it's not super hot. The flavor's delicious.
Yeah, it's really heavy on the roasted garlic, which I'm a big fan of. I love fresh roasted garlic. It's got a heavy garlic flavor, but
they have
delicious.
a habanero sauce up there and an extra hot.
This
habanero.
one's got habanero in it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's chipotle roasted garlic is the flavor.
But that's their 3 flavors she has. That's the store. So this is her sauce, the one that owns the store.
Okay.
That's her personal, and I love it. I've been buying it for years. But I'm now. So they had another one that looked like a not a grenade.
Yeah,
but
flashbang.
Like a bomb, like a cannonball with like
Yeah.
you'd see in the cartoons.
Yeah.
But it's filled with
Like
hot sauce.
Bomberman.
And so, like, I almost bought it, but I was buying this, and I was like, I can't spend $40 at the hot sauce store today. This is getting a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I just bought this one, but so the next podcast we do, I'm going to go up and pick up one of those fancy bottles, and we're just going to – because those are, like, rip your face off.
Well,
hot.
I will, between now and then, it usually takes about minimum of 2 weeks, preferably 3 or 4 weeks for your flavors to get mended in your hot sauces. So this one's been, I think it's about 10 weeks. So it's got a good flavor to it now. You can go with this one next. This one actually, similar to this, it's not as much of a liquidy sauce.
It's more of a paste.
It's got, all the edible parts of your vegetables are all blended in there, all the seeds, everything.
Oh, I'm going all in, bro.
And
I'm going.
but yeah, I'll whip up another bottle of sauce to bring over here one of these next couple weeks.
Test. Let's do a smell test. Oh, that smells really good. I might get that back up here. Get a little more. You know what that reminds me of? You ever seen those Andy Cap hot fries?
No, I'm not familiar
You never
with
seen
those.
the little hot fries or the barbecue fries or the cheese fries in the store? They're like chips, but they're just like like little French fry looking things.
I think the only ones I can picture are, like, got the little Cheeto dude on them.
No.
Chester.
Andy Cap.
The cheetah.
Check it out. Let's pull him up. Let's pull him up real quick.
Yeah, it's not ringing a bell for me.
Andy Cap hot fries. Andy Cap. Is it Cap? Yeah, right here. Hot fries. All right, check it out. You never seen these? Everybody's seen these.
Oh, yeah. It looks
All right.
familiar now.
That's what they used to make one called salsa fries, and that's exactly what that smells like. Now, I want you to understand that when they discontinued salsa fries, I cried. You don't understand. Me and my friend used to eat salsa fries. It was my favorite, and they just don't make them anymore. They probably make them in Mexico.
Well,
They probably do. But now
you
I'm
can
gonna
maybe
try
start
this.
making some Irish nachos and using this sauce.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
you
in.
on the sauce, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try the sauce now. I'll let you finish your wing so you can talk for a little bit. And yeah, it looks, smells delicious. I can't wait to eat this.
Yeah, it definitely has a kind of has that Mexican taco food truck flavor to it. Like they're kind of like their green sauces a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a quick one we whipped up for dinner one night, and like I said, I whipped up a big batch of like about a dozen bottles or so. Yeah, I'll have to make a batch of our green sauce. That's kind of our flagship right now. It's got Teppan peppers, Serrano, jalapeno, habanero, and Carolina Reaper peppers in it. And I'll have to whip some of that up, get that going.
That was fucking delicious. And I'm so happy that you gave me that bottle because it does have just this little bite after on the tip of your tongue, but it's not like what we're about to experience because, well, if anybody's actually watching this when I put it up, they're probably sick and tired of watching us eat, so they want to see us die. So,
yeah, let's just
first
go.
one on the
let's
list.
just go all in.
This one's pretty good. So I'm going to go with the Negasaurus because that's what I'm going to have tomorrow morning. And I'm going to go for that one because, well, I'm stupid.
I got a good combo going here. We're eating hot stuff, and I'm drinking a spicy, I call it a manchelada because I added some vodka into my michelada. And so I'm just chasing down spice with spice. Should be a good time over here.
So I got these cups yesterday. Check it out. They're the dented ones. And if anybody's ever gone to buy copper cups, they're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
These are $22 a piece. And if you've ever been to Macy's, nothing's ever on sale. It's always extremely expensive. As we know, we walked around it all day for an hour. As I was going down an escalator, I saw these cups hanging on a rack, 65% off.
Oh, nice.
I got 2 cups for $13.
Nice.
And I already have 2, but I was like, $13. Like I have to have 2 more of those cups.
Yeah.
So I got some new ones. The Copper Cup Club. Welcome.
So at least you can supply a dinner party of 4 people now with your copper cups.
Well, and I figured I have enough equipment here to shoot a 4-person pod in this room. I have 2 more mics. They're podium mics, but they'll work.
They'll work.
And honestly, all I got to do is talk to the neighbor because he's got everything I need. And we could shoot, with more. So I figured we could all have a Copper Cup Club night.
That would be so. We have to have like an event to do with that though.
A fight.
Because
A
fight.
something.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you watch boxing much. Did you see Anthony Joshua last
So
night?
I didn't watch the fight, but I've watched all the clips today. I've seen
the
everything.
memes.
Oh yeah, when he knocked the body out of his soul and he's like walking.
Well, Andy Ruiz Jr. is I believe he's the first Mexican heavyweight champ. And he's not.
And he looks like he drinks these for water instead.
He's not Bronze Bomber. What's his name? That just fought Tyson Fury, and then he just fought again the other weekend. Why can't I think of his name?
Woodley?
No.
Or
he was in the Olympics. He'd only been boxing for like 3 years. Went to the Olympics and took bronze.
That's the one that they all said that's ducking that dude that fought last night and got his ass whooped.
No, other way around. Bronze Bomber's been trying to fight Anthony Joshua, and Joshua's been ducking him.
What's his name? Who's the guy that fought Fury? It's
Deontay Wilder.
There you go.
Yeah, so Deontay Wilder is like he's the more champ, I guess. There's so many boxing titles and there's so many different leagues that they call him
that dude out?
IBF world champ, WBO world champ. There's all these world champ stuff. Yeah, Deontay Wilder just knocked I can't remember the guy's last name, like Starts with a B.
He floored him though,
Like
dude.
Beerazil or something like that.
Him and that dude had bad blood.
Oh yeah, they were talking all kinds of mad shit before that.
Because he's not normally like that. That's not normally his style. He don't really. He just gets in the ring.
He's pretty humble. He's pretty humble. He's pretty quiet.
He did it in that one though.
Oh
he
yeah,
told
he
him
was
gonna kill him.
He was like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up.
And he did.
But so Anthony Joshua's been ducking Wilder, and Anthony Joshua last night. There's memes now of Andy Ruiz, who is a heavy set boy. He's a big Mexican boy.
That'll be an interesting fight.
And it's like, this dude is world champ, Mexican, the first Mexican heavyweight world champ, all these different titles. And he looks like that, like, fuck the gym. I'm not going to the gym anymore. Give me some steak and beer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this, if that's what the top combat sports body looks like,
fuck yeah,
then that's what we're doing.
We're doing that. That's how we're getting down.
Yeah, see, I believe actually in this, I do have some Naga peppers, and that's what we got in here, the Naga sore ass.
Naga sore ass. This is gonna hurt. This a lot. I put the sauce on it. I'm gonna regret this. I'm already sweating just from smelling it.
Oh well, I'm gonna have to hit a good amount of sauce on mine too, just to hang with you. I don't know if that was a tasteful grunt or if that was like a painful grunt you just made. But I'm pretty excited to find out for myself here in a minute.
That's not too bad.
We'll see. We might need to zoom in on your forehead here in a minute. See how that's going.
The wings are good though, huh?
They are. I'm impressed.
Crispy?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Crispy.
Didn't even deep fry them. In the oven.
Oven baked.
Oven baked. Took like just less than an hour. And I even cut them all up. Like they were like the full style wings. It's got a little bite.
Actually has a similar flavor to the Last Dab Redux.
Okay.
It's a similar flavor to a lot of those sauces that are just pushing to be really hot. It's got that same flavor.
Yeah, it's got that toxic flavor.
Mm-hmm. Little battery acid or something in there.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't have put that in my mouth. Yeah, like when nope, you're not supposed to put that on your tongue.
Yeah, it's like touching your tongue to a battery. D-battery, that was what I was looking for?
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible. No, it tastes pretty good.
It'll light you up. It's tasty, though.
But, yeah, so that was crazy, that dude. I mean, he didn't even look like he was landing, like, huge shots. He looked more... I don't know. I mean, he was getting him, but I didn't feel like he was hitting him with the big shots.
He's got the weight behind his shots. Another thing, even though he's a hefty boy, he's got some fast hands, real fast hands. And Anthony Joshua is no slouch. He's a champ. He can shoulder roll. He
fucking shoulder rolled all right onto the mat.
Right onto the mat. Well, Joshua knocked him down, I think. Third round, I believe.
Third round? It was early.
Joshua knocked him down third round, early in the round. And then Ruiz knocked Joshua down twice, I think, in the third round after that. Came back, and then
he got him again.
Kind of fourth, fifth, maybe, I don't know, did it end in the sixth or the seventh?
Seventh.
In the seventh. So fourth, fifth, and sixth, they both looked like they had both been knocked down. They were both trying to get their bearings back. You could tell it was a little slower. And then Ruiz started landing some shots, and it was just all downhill for Joshua there. Or uphill, I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
I don't know how we're allowed to do the fights.
Yeah, because we can't.
I can't show it.
Right.
I can put it on that TV right there.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happens with audio. Because if it picks any audio up from the background.
Well, here's the thing. We're not going to want the audio on anyway. For one, if there's going to be 4 people in here, we're going to be talking over each other. We're going to be having drinks. It's going to get probably, if we're not careful about like interrupting, it could get a little out of hand, but you don't want any other sound, and we're going to be doing the commentating ourselves anyway, so. Yeah,
we should definitely catch the next fight. What's coming up? What's big?
Ooh, there's a great fight. I think it's next Saturday. You got Cowboy Cerrone and Tony Ferguson, El Cucuy.
I love Cowboy.
Cowboy is a fan favorite of everybody ever in the world history, and then Tony Ferguson is a stud. He's been wrecking everybody. He just in the Khabib and Conor fight, he fought I think the fight or two before that. He might have been the co-main or the one prior, and he fought Anthony Pettis and tore Anthony Pettis up. And so that should be a great fight. And that's going to put, if Cowboy wins that fight, or if Tony Ferguson wins that fight, they're going to have a shot here, you know, at Khabib, or at least a money-making fight with Conor or something like that.
Yeah. Well, we can watch that. I mean, I'm totally down to do that here. We can do that, and fuck, I think the game's on today, too. There's going to be a basketball game on today.
Yeah, game 2? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, what's that, who's that young kid? It's his first time in the finals with the Raptors, Siakam or whatever? Siakam, yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Siakam had
kid's a stud.
Yeah, he is. He had a hell of a game the other night, dude. And that's kind of what they were saying in the other series is what they were lacking is, you know, I mean, fucking Kawhi. He pulls them through, and he's handling business, but the whole thing was is Siakam has to show up. Siakam has to be the one that puts the fucking shit on the board.
You're not going to win a championship with one all-star. I mean, LeBron has proven you can get there many times with being the only superstar all-star on the team, but you're usually not going to win with just one, especially against a team like Golden State that's just
Kyle
threaded
Lowry
with all-stars.
has to play good. I'm not a big fan of Kyle Lowry. I don't know how to Lowry sauce. It's just weird, bro. He looks like he doesn't want to play sometimes. I don't know what it is, but he's got to play good. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take game 2. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, where's game 2 at? Is that in Golden State?
I would assume so because it took a 3-day fucking hiatus.
Yeah.
The first game was Thursday night.
I forget because it goes
night.
like 1-1, 2-2-1 or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah.
Same like hockey. Hockey is more just like 2-2-2.
I think my Bruins are.
Oh,
the Bruins are doing pretty good
right now.
It was
7-2 last night. Was that the final?
I don't know.
Smashed on them.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking solid.
And it's funny because everybody, and you'll obviously this is your wheelhouse. Everybody hates Boston in modern day because over the past decade, possibly even 2 decades, if you go across baseball, basketball, the fucking Patriots for the past 20 years fucking straight, like every sport they dominated. And you guys have more
fucked us.
in the past like 12.
Bro, the Celtics fucked us. No, listen. Red Sox won last year. Patriots won. Bruins won.
Yeah.
All we needed was the Celtics to fucking do it, and they couldn't fucking get their shit together.
But in the past 12 or 15 years, Massachusetts has more championships across the board in all national sports than any other state out there, and they don't even have, California's got multiple teams, New York's got multiple teams, like in many sports. Yeah, this guy. Hey, at least you went with the throwback logo right there. It was nice.
Snagged. I'm not. Yeah. So yeah.
He's got a big gay pride flag hanging right here on the window too. I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera.
No, they can't, but they know it's a big Patriots flag because I'm a winner. But yeah, so I didn't really watch a lot of stuff over the weekend. I watched Ancient Aliens is back, baby.
Ooh, Ancient Aliens.
So that's great for me to watch Saturday morning because I'm awake and I can stay awake and I can watch it and I'm like, I'm intrigued. Yeah. I'm learning nothing right now. But at night, on a Friday night, if you ever can't sleep, if you're like, oh man, I'm just too awake, put on Ancient Aliens. With like the sounds and like them talking and the weirdos, all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're just out dreaming about aliens.
Dude, there is one thing that I absolutely cannot do, which I've done before, and that's get high and watch Ancient Aliens. And I sat up one night, same thing like you said, if you're tired, just fall asleep to it. I was like, I got a little indica here. I'm going to get tired and I'll fall asleep and watch some Ancient Aliens.
Going to get into the couch.
That was at about 11 p.m. Next thing I know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm just hooked on Ancient Aliens. I'm sitting up in bed. I'm not even laying down. I'm sitting up in bed, leaning over, watching it.
This is real.
And I'm like, oh man, what am I doing right now? Finally, I sobered up and I was like, I need to go to bed. I can't watch Ancient Aliens.
This is where my life is right now. Yeah, the one they had on was about Antarctica. And the crazy thing about Antarctica is that they have maps that were drawn that show Antarctica without ice on it. So even though when you look at, and this isn't from the show, but this is just, I mean, there's tons of this, the Perry Reese map.
Perry Reese, yeah.
And so at some point or another, somebody surveyed the Earth multiple times because it was all pulled from different maps.
Oh yeah.
And we claim we're only supposed to be on this planet for like 10,000 years or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean that's been disproven easily.
And
10,000 years has been disproven.
But
who knows?
But if you ask modern archaeologists and how everything works, that's it. But if you look at how far, it's bullshit. I mean, if you look at how much they want to tell us we've progressed in the last 20 years, 30 years with technology, yet nobody's ever done this. There was just a bunch of knuckle draggers for a long amount of time, but then there was the Egyptians they were smart, but they just built pyramids. Like, they didn't build those pyramids.
Yeah.
They didn't build those pyramids. Those pyramids were there. And I mean, dude, that sand blows constantly out there. That's why the Sphinx is constantly having to be like pull the shit out of the Sphinx, because it's like built for the sand to just kind of get trapped in there when it blows. They can't even date the Sphinx, dude. The Sphinx is older than any date of what we think did shit.
There's like water erosion on it. That type of rain and water has never even hit that continent like that before. And they're like, the heavy amount of water erosion that's on this dates back, 40, 50,000 years. They have no idea. They can't even carbon date it.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it was kind of cracking me up because they were saying people are living in Antarctica under the ice. But the crazy part is they found some caves out there. And when they go in the caves, as soon as you start to get in these caves, they're like 70 degrees. So they're not fucking cold. It's like negative 40 outside with the wind blowing. And as soon as you go down in those caves, it's like 70, 60,
that's like,
68 to 72 degrees is what they say.
Igloos are just meant to block the wind and then also trap heat in. And same thing when it's hot outside, your dogs and animals burrow because it's cooler underground during the summer.
So here's where it gets
warmer
crazy,
in the winter.
bro. They claim, and this isn't just a claim, this is actual facts, that there is radiation protruding from Antarctica into the solar system. So like we're watching our globe, we watch it from satellites and stuff like that, and they can see shit coming out of that area on imagery that's like it's putting out like there's something in there under the ice.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know what it is, and that show just likes to feed you.
Didn't they just find like a beetle or a mosquito or something that had some type of like black plague or something like that in it in the ice in Antarctica?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, they found some type of fossil that had active like bacteria in it that was some type of disease or whatever.
Yeah.
That has been eradicated for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, there's so much. So I've been listening to Graham Hancock, Mystery of the Gods.
Yeah.
And Fingerprint and all that.
Fingerprint of the Gods.
Fingerprint of the Gods. There's a couple of them. And dude, he lays it all out. Like, he's not even messing around. He explains how, like, when they look in the Congo, or is it Amazon. They look in the Amazon. You can't grow shit in the Amazon. Like, the soil's not, it doesn't sustain, like, gardening crops and stuff like that. It's wild, it's very hard to live in there with the sun and all this stuff.
I think I had heard that the Amazon at one point was like flat, grassy plains, and somehow or another, fungus and mushrooms and all these things, and it turned into a jungle later on.
What he claims in this book is that in like the 1400s, one of the Spanish whatever was going down the
Spaniards
who
were sailing across the fucking world.
Yeah, and he was going down the Amazon River, and he noticed just hundreds and hundreds of different tribes and fucking communities, but they were advanced. Like, they had art, they had all this crazy shit, and it wasn't just like some jungle people living out there. And one of the biggest thing is the soil. They use this stuff called black soil to create this soil that you could actually grow in, because it wasn't like fertile soil. So they created this shit that they mix with the soil that grows stuff at a rapid rate.
Yeah, they already figured out like nitrogen and treating your soil way back in. They're that advanced science-wise.
Way advanced. And they called it like black soil or something like that. So the crazy part is after that dude went down through there and he was like, oh, I saw all this stuff. I talked to people. I came back. 100 years later, they go back down, 1500, whatever. They're gone. There's nothing there. Because they gave him fucking diseases when they stopped in there, smallpox, fucking all that stuff. And so they left, and they ran from that area because they couldn't be there anymore because they didn't know what to do. And so You mix all that soil up and then you just let it run rampant. You ever watched ivy grow? Like, go look at my wall when we walk outside when we're done. I cut that twice a year at the base to nothing. I've poured shit on it to try to kill it. Within 3 to 6 months, that shit is all the way up over the wall. It's all the way up on my house and starting to creep through my rafters. It's just wild. Imagine if you put it in like a super, and that's here in the desert.
Yeah.
Imagine putting it in super
it's humid there too. Yeah, so there's an interesting thing, and I want to say it's the Amazon. I could be wrong. They said it used to be like big grassy plains, and they had like deer and stuff that ran there. Well, I had seen this on some type of wildlife documentary or something, and when it turned into jungle, these little deer had to adapt in order to survive, and these deer actually learned to swim and catch fish.
Really?
And there's these small, like, 90-pound deer, or, there's some type of fawn, or that family, the same family as a deer, and they would swim and snag fish with their front teeth, like buck teeth, bam, and snag little fish out of the water. And it's what they had to do to adapt, to their environment. So, evolution or not, I think that's a good example.
It cracks me up. Because, like, look, I get it. The easiest way to control a lot of people is to make them think that we're the most advanced that there's ever been, and the people in charge are the smartest and the most powerful that have ever been. That's the only way you're going to do it. Because why else would you be telling people that shit didn't exist?
Well, I agree with you as far as the big scheme of things. And if there are people that have knowledge, the problem is I don't think we have undeniable, knowledge, undeniable facts. There's definitely things that
the first thing you'd do if you were
are
in power
probably
is
more than coincidence out there.
Well, I mean,
there's pros and cons to releasing that information or keeping that information. So
there's a lot of stuff like that, and I mean, it is what it is. But it just doesn't surprise me that I just don't like to be. Don't piss on my shoe and tell me it's raining, bro. Yeah. Don't try to tell me that in fucking 30 years we started making iPhones. In 30 years, all of a sudden, someone just kickstarted, and then everybody, like fucking everybody's making crazy shit now. Oh. Not just a few people. It's not just like Nikola Tesla was super smart.
There's cheap Chinese companies out there making cool technology. That they
absolutely.
Just, they don't even have to have a ton of money to invest nowadays because technology's just gotten so much cheaper.
Bro, that camera right there, if you buy something like that from GoPro, even the cheapest, like the older one, you're still going to pay $200-$300. $200.
Yeah.
For a new one. That right there was $30.
Yeah.
It's not like you touch, plastic's cheap.
Yeah.
It works. Shoots the video, I hope. It's still shooting
you remember
video.
like when 4K, I mean, even just HD flat screen TVs when they first hit like $5,400, $6,000, $7,000 for these badass TVs. Now you can go to frickin' Target or Walmart or Best Buy and buy a 4K 60-inch TV for fucking $1,400, $1,000, $900, like, depending on the quality of things. But
that's why I'm not trying to hear that. Oh no, we're just special. Like we just made all this technology. Like, dude, look at me. I'm a stupid young kid from New Hampshire that didn't ever take a class on doing any of this shit, and I got like 3 cameras going, microphones. Like, nobody ever showed me how to do this shit. And you're telling me that people that were probably more disciplined back in the day, who knows what it was, but you're going to tell me thousands and thousands and thousands of years has passed, but only our 30 years we fucking came up with some cool shit like this?
See, you're just pretty dope is all, so you're not giving yourself that credit. There's not a lot of dope people out there. But, no, I get what you're saying for sure. I don't know that's...
I just think it's weird.
There's no undeniable facts, so it's hard to disprove that. What we got here?
This is where we get kind of crazy. This is what everybody's been waiting for. We're like, let's find out how far we are in time. Yeah, so we're like 40 minutes in.
I mean, I hope people were waiting.
Oh, they're waiting.
We got fans,
dude. We
got friends. I mean,
we got a whole fan club.
We're pretty dope
Dyke,
AF.
It's Bernie Dyke. Come on, everybody knows Bernie Dyke. Come on. All right, so this is the Angry Cock Sauce, and well, I know how fucking terrible this is because
I bet you the guy who made it was cutting peppers, making that sauce, and then he went to take a piss, and he grabbed his cock, and then it was burning and on
his
fire.
cock was angry.
Because I just did that yesterday, because I was cutting up some jalapenos, and I went to the bathroom, and I was drinking some beers, wasn't thinking about it, and I had a bit of an angry cock for a little bit there.
Fucking smell that.
I like the label. It's got like the gold leaf. Yeah, but see, this to me, like we were talking about, it's got that same smell. Yeah, that toxic battery acid, something that you probably shouldn't be ingesting. But the people who make these hot sauces with these typical names like Angry Cock, they know that if you're going to buy it, it's because that's what you're looking for, is that ridiculous battery acid smell.
That's going to kill somebody. Ah, fuck.
Dig in. You know, I haven't even started sweating yet from these last hot sauces, so I'm going to go heavy on this one. I'm going to use the bottle to smear.
Ugh. Yeah, that's a good one.
How was it?
I'm feeling it.
Light you up a little bit?
I mean, I want another, because I know.
You know, to make it like a true hot wing sauce, you just mix it with some butter, change the flavor of it a little bit, and then make it more of a dressing sauce. You could always try doing that too. Probably be a little bit different, a little better. But yeah,
Am I turning colors?
I mean, you're from the sticks. You're from the east. You're a little pink already to begin
Come
with.
on, I tan up good. I feel like I got a better gold. I golden up good.
Yeah. I was just in Mexico 2 different weekends in the past like 2 months, and so I'm pretty brown.
I'm doing all right, bro. I might have you.
No. Well,
Let's
look at the playback on the camera.
Look at the sorry. I know this was a gun podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's hot sauce, bro, not guns.
Firearms and friends. Yeah, man. I think what you need to do, since you can, is you need to grow a mullet, because I feel like every popular podcast has a guy with a mullet.
I was laughing the other day, looking in the mirror, and I'm starting to get the old Texas tailgate in the back here.
Yeah.
The old Kentucky waterfall coming out the back here.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had a haircut in a while.
The party's like just starting in the back.
Like the baseball players, or like Billy Ray Cyrus back in the day used to like sweep the sides back, but then let it mull it down without shaving the sides. You know.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get that baseball player look right now.
How do you like that hot sauce?
It's hot, buddy.
That one gets you after a minute.
I think I am getting some sweat here.
Yeah, I think you're glistening, man.
Listening.
I'm listening.
Let me chase it down. Let me chase it down with my
That's
hot
the
drink.
problem, is that I didn't bring in stuff. The last podcast, I brought stuff in to make a second drink. I didn't think through. I'm gonna make a vat next time. That way I can just refill. I got it.
Dude,
every time.
We can keep it rolling, keep it long form. You can run and grab the goods if you need to. You know,
That's just more editing.
I'll keep the people entertained. I'll figure some stuff out. You know.
Text Crystal.
I'll whistle them a tune.
Where's Crystal at?
There you go. Text Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal. Bring me.
Crystal, can you hear me?
Can you please bring me another ginger beer?
I'll switch over to one of those too, because it's a little
looks like
sweeter.
Epcot Center.
And that lime will actually help cut because capsaicin, capsaicin. The heat is actually an oil, and it goes into the pores of your tongue.
Oh.
So people like everyone's got like no milk, no sugar, this, that.
That's why bread works, because it absorbs it.
Bread can work because it will, like a sponge, absorb it out. Milk doesn't work. It actually just rolls right over the top of the oils, and the oils sit in the pores.
It just stays there longer. It gives you a film.
You know what works? Alcohol works, because it's like alcohol base, alcohol and oil.
Oh, it flushes that shit out.
It splits it, you know. It makes it dissipate.
What if you swished your mouth around with oil?
So, had I known we were doing all these hot sauces, I would have bought a bottle of tequila to bring over here, because I love shooting tequila.
I got tequila.
You have tequila?
It's not great tequila, but I got tequila.
I will gargle and shoot salsa. I'm not worried about it being a great tequila or not. So
we have some. We have tequila. Yeah, I got another buddy coming over a little while from now. I should just go straight Joe Rogan and just start filming fucking 2 podcasts a day, bro.
Oh man,
just go right at it.
Where do you find the time?
I don't have it at all. This is going to take me a week to edit. I've still got half the podcast from before Bob left, where first half was the Shayla story, which was, you know, a fucking pretty emotional story.
I listened to that whole story. It was a cool story. I feel like a little bit of me knows Bob now, and I've never met Bob.
Yeah, and see, we like to have a lot of fun on the podcast, so typically you're not getting a real insight. The problem is you are getting a real insight to Bob, because Bob is fucking, dude, that's Bob. But the second half of that podcast, we flipped it, and we went to being just, you know, happy and having fun, and we made some phone calls, and we called his son Bobby. And shout out to Bobby. Dude, I promise you, I am getting that shit done. Even if I just edit the phone call so we have a phone call with Bobby, I will get you on fucking one of the podcasts, or I'm going to have you down here to eat chicken wings with me, one or the other. But that's Bob's son that lives up in Flagstaff.
Okay.
And so we called him, but we got to the point, dude, that Bob pulled out one of those little trimmers, like nose hair trimmers and shit. And I shaved his eyebrow. I shaved part of his eyebrow with the thing. And then, but I lost he spun a thing, and then he stuck the fucking thing in my stomach. Like, he jabbed me. He's like, I'm going to shave you. And then he jabbed it in my stomach. And I was like, what are you doing, you crazy asshole? You just stabbed me with a fucking nose hair trimmer. So I haven't had the time to edit that one yet. It's still a lot of editing, bro. It's just, ours won't be bad because I don't give a fuck. I'll put this whole thing right up.
Well, I was gonna say I don't think we should do a ton of editing. I kind of like long form.
Yeah, I'm not.
I like
I'm
long
not
form.
shit.
Any little hiccup we got, which by the way, these sauces aren't that hot because I haven't got the hiccups yet.
No, I told you, this was just a warm up to see how this goes.
We're gonna let them up next time.
The next one we do is gonna be. I'll probably buy 2 or 3 really hot ones, and we're gonna go at it.
And don't get me wrong, anyone watching. These are fucking hot. I just eat a lot of really hot stuff, and I typically will get the hiccups.
The paste that's stuck
if
in
it's real hot. That paste might give me the hiccups.
Fuck with that paste. Grab a little chicken wing.
Dude,
get that.
a
Don't
chicken
stick
wing.
Your finger in
You don't want me to.
bro.
You don't want me to finger your paste
no,
cap?
No, because then you're gonna end up with an angry cock later. You're gonna end up like, I don't give a fuck about the cap. Anything that touches that is getting killed. Any bacteria that's what. So I didn't know this either. One of my Mexican friends out here explained this to me, and it's probably bullshit, but
is this kind of like bro science, got like Mexican science?
No, it is. It is definitely fucking Mexican science.
Like putting Vicks on your feet and stuff, like to get rid of your cold.
It's more
Mexican science.
Maybe it's like history science.
Latin science. I don't want to sound racist.
So
Latin science.
How he explained it to me is why we have so many hot sauces and habanero and all this shit down here. Where I'm from, we all eat garlic. Everything's garlic. But he said the closer you get down to the equator, the more hot sauces you see. And I didn't understand why. And he said because before refrigeration, bacteria, he goes, those hot sauces would kill a lot of stuff.
Well,
I don't know if that's true, but it sounded fucking cool.
There's truth to it, and I don't know if he knows the science behind it. And I'm not going to claim to know the science, but what I think is that hot sauces ferment. Your peppers can ferment. And when it ferments and produces, the fermentation process is eating bacteria, essentially.
Okay.
So I think there is some science behind that. I got the cat paste here.
Fucking salute to you.
Which one was this? Was this
Angry Cock?
Oh, it's still Angry Cock. We like the Angry Cock so much we stuck with it for 2 wings.
Yeah.
I like Angry
Cock in my mouth.
What about the Happy Beaver though? What about her?
We're getting to that. That's a little sweeter.
Yeah, I'd assumed it says
smoky.
Happy.
It's more smoky.
Happy Beaver sounds a little sweeter than an Angry Cock. I mean, both pretty sweet.
Oh shit! The eyebrows instantly get like this feeling that they don't normally get.
Like they're sweatbands. That's what your eyebrows are. It's probably drive people nuts. I'm like chewing on the microphone. Ooh, there it is. Big Keegs. Knockdown. Let's see. Is he gonna get back up? Ooh, look at the glossiness commence.
I was trying to get something.
That's fantastic.
I sucked it into the back.
You got a little Angry Cock right in the back of the throat, right straight to the neck.
Oh boy.
So, one of the hottest things I've eaten from a restaurant. Oh my God, you look amazing. This is good footage.
Holy schnoles.
I'm actually jealous because I know that here in the next few minutes you're gonna hit this little euphoria once you get flushed and then you cool back off, you get this like euphoric high from hot sauce. That's the best thing about super hot shit. Is that one not going still?
I hope so.
Yeah, it's hot. That's for sure.
Yeah, I had a little piece of my teeth. All right. Did one of those and it hit the back of my throat. And it was over, son.
Oh, so what I was saying is I think the hottest thing I've ever eaten from like a restaurant out here is have you been to Angry Crab? Angry Crab is kind of like a Joe's Crab Shack type joint. They do like the boil bags. You can pick like crab and shrimp and prawns or whatever, and they boil it in a bag. Well, they have 5 heat levels or 6 heat levels. I think 5 is scorpion pepper and 6 is reaper pepper. And I did the 5 one time, and I went through a full-on state of euphoria while we're at the restaurant. I ate. Everyone was like watching me because I got the hottest shit. People were like dipping theirs in my sauce a little bit. It's not really sauce. It's like the boil, like water that they boil in the bag with it. And they just throw a bunch of powdered seasonings in there and light it up. And I went through this flush stage like you're doing now. It's almost like when you take way too big of a bong hit and you feel your pores open. You ever have that happen to you? It's like that with hot sauce.
Not lately.
I mean, you know, what I meant to say was, have you ever used your medical marijuana card to go purchase legal marijuana and take a bong rip that big?
That's what he meant to say.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was getting at. But the euphoria that you get from such a hot sauce when you cool down, you'll probably hit it here in a minute.
Yeah, it's coming. 2 pieces of ice.
My mouth went numb, and then all of a sudden, I got this cool wave come over me.
The wave's coming right now. It's coming.
And you're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel great. It's gonna be. What are we coming up on here? Like 50 minutes or so.
Creeping on an hour.
Creeping on an hour. So I think in the next 20 minutes here, you're gonna get a second breath, or what's that called?
A brush of fresh ass. Oh wait, no, fresher breath air.
Yeah, fresher breath air.
Well, yeah, that was fun. So the chicken wing challenge is kind of fun, and my mouth is numb. It's kind of it's making you feel a little funny. Here, we're gonna take a small break, and then
I want to get one of these copper cups.
We're gonna copper cup it up, and we'll be back.
I'm gonna make a ginger beer. Oh, by the way, before you stop it, I've heard some great things about drinking out of copper cups.
Yeah, they taste different.
Not just the taste, but is there any type of health benefit from getting?
No, I don't think so.
Those metals like the copper and stuff.
Because
supposedly that's what they say.
Inside stainless, but the outside your lips are
your lips
copper.
touching. Okay,
I just wanted copper's good for you.
I just want to touch on that. Well, maybe we'll look it up on the break and talk about it when we get back.
Yeah, we'll look it up. We'll be back.
During that little break, we had to cool Keegan off for a second. He
had a mild meltdown.
He was about to drink a Monster and go full Kyle and punch a hole in his fucking drywall over here.
And then I was like, wait a minute, I pay for this shit. Never mind, I ain't gonna punch no walls. But what I did say, I see why Rogan's. You got to have a gym. You got to have like the whole punch bag. I gotta get it set up so I can, when I'm pissed off, I can walk out there and just be like, hit a couple Bruce Lees and then come back in.
Go out there and hit the Wu-Tang.
God damn, fucking Wu-Tang. Damn. Yeah. So that camera hasn't been shooting, but my dumbass has been talking to it like it was shooting the whole time. So fucking yippee skippy to me.
But we're back and better than before. So
we're back and better than before.
About to be doing a little better too. I got one of these fresh made Moscow mules here. Keegan's a big fan. I've had some Moscow mules, made some Moscow mules in the past. He's like, dude, you got to use one of my $22 65% off cups and make yourself a Moscow mule.
Shout out to Macy's.
I think it's actually a Boston mule, as probably what it is, but
it is. We sprinkle a little bit of Boston love on there. Tastes like winter. Yeah.
Tastes like too many championships.
Tastes like, yeah. You feel that metal taste in your mouth? That's all the rings. I put of all the championship rings in the bottom.
That's what it is.
And then you mix it up.
I was licking the rim of the cup, but it just tastes like championship ring.
Championship rings. That's what Tom Brady tastes like every time he puts his hands near his mouth.
Ooh.
Yeah, fucking
Seems
Tom.
weird. Seems weird.
I love Tom Brady. So as much as I don't want to, but I do want to, the camera on that side didn't get to see me eat the angry cock sauce.
You might have to snort it to get the same effect.
Oh, so yeah, I choked pretty bad on that thing, but I'm going for it again.
Yeah, it really is. you know, most of the time that camera wasn't on, we didn't miss, you know, the greatest things, but there's still, it's a bummer. But the thing we definitely missed out on was
Me dying.
just you dying, your face flushing, you just started sweating.
I died.
It was a phenomenal sight. I got to watch it live in person, so, you know, hopefully you guys can get good enough video off of this camera over here. And
Yeah, you'll see it still. I mean,
actually,
that's still that one will pick it up.
that camera might work nice too because you got the lights right behind it, so
That-
it might have caught that glisten just nice off the side of your dome.
That $30 camera right there, it should have got what it needed to get. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm screaming into the microphone. There's no need to yell. There's no need to yell.
Yeah, we don't need to peak levels over here.
Quiet
think
down.
I think I peaked a level or two earlier.
It's all good though, because you know I'm a master editor, master debater. So I'm going back at it like a crack addict over here. I'm gonna just these aren't the crack wings because well maybe they are because your lips split open after and they look like someone punched you in the face. But
Talk about yourself.
I'm going for them again. This is like a training session. I feel like because next time when I go get the legits, and I think next time if I don't feel like doing chicken wings, I'll just do some French fries. Oh, let's see if this works. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, this is Keegan from the Bernie Dyke podcast. You're live on the air right now. How are you?
Oh, not a good. We're good.
You're good, not good, but we're good.
Yeah.
We're eating chicken wings and covered in hot sauce that's really hot. I mean, it's not like killer, but it's uncomfortable.
Who are you with?
A friend of mine, Dakota. I don't think you've ever met Dakota. Dakota, this is my sister, India.
Oh yes, I've seen your Facebook post. That's about it.
All right, so there you go. So
We
there's
virtually know each other.
there you
Virtually.
go, virtually. Yeah, that's kind of double entendre. right
Double
there.
entendre.
That's some good shit. So what are you doing, kiddo?
We're on a rescue mission for our mother.
Oh. Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm nervous to hear the rest of this.
She got a little cat scratch, so we are rushing from Vermont to New Hampshire to pick her up and take her to the hospital.
Oh yeah, she does legit get messed up from that stuff, huh?
I don't think it's that bad, but
That's how you know you live in those little stick town
Hopefully
cities.
it's cat scratch fever, not wine scratch fever. And
yeah. Apparently it's so bad she can't drive herself.
well, she probably shouldn't be driving. I'm gonna guess that it's Sunday your time, 5:30. Yeah, no, mom shouldn't be driving.
Yeah. So we left a fun birthday party and upset our daughter
Because grandma's more important.
Yeah, grandma's more important. Hi, Peanut.
Yeah. Say hi.
Hi, beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Soon you'll be on the podcast.
Oh, we'll do a Layla and Uncle Keeg's podcast. That sounds great. Well, let me give you a call. Let me give you a call back when I'm done with this.
You guys enjoy those hot wings?
Yeah, I'm sweating.
Are you?
I almost died. I ate one, and it was stuck in my teeth, and I tried to get it out of my teeth, and I died.
You need to do the death nut challenge.
I like my nuts.
I'm down.
No, death nut challenge needs to be done.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, we're in. Well, I'll call you back when I'm done.
Okay, have fun. Bye.
All right, love you. Bye.
I'll put the death nut on the Packy Chip challenge. I'll do that.
Oh my
I'm in.
God. The Packy
I'll
chip and the death
I'll
nut
crush
challenge?
I'll crunch up the Packy Chip and snort it. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. But,
Don't snort it.
All
right,
I
here we
did
go.
Have you ever seen the hot ramen challenge?
Mhm.
It's like the 2x spicy. Like the company is like fucking Samyang or something. That's a good face.
Woo!
I did that hot ramen challenge and drank the juice out of the bottom of the bowl and was like, I'm ready for another pack of this. It's not that hot. Whoever make YouTube videos, they're acting. It's stupid. It's not that hot. The Packy Chip is hot. I've done the Packy Chip. I have not done the Death Nut. So, oh, by the way, your sister said, we're just driving from Vermont over to New Hampshire right now. I'm like, that's how you know you live in some little ass stick fucking places when you're driving from like Vermont to New Hampshire right now. Yeah, we're gonna go pick up Ma.
We're multicultural over there. We just cross states like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, got a lot of trees over there.
Imagine if you were like, yeah, we're just like bouncing in between like California and.
I actually got some meat left on this
Oh
one here.
shit, that shit's hot.
I'm gonna go with the Happy Beaver this time. She seems like.
Oh yeah. Hey. Holy shitoli.
For some reason, when you went, hey, ba ba ba, I thought of, remember the Three Amigos, the movie, like Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
It's Steve Martin.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
they
Martin Short,
they
right?
yeah, Martin Short, and they find the burning bush, and there's the Invisible Man, and they read off the list, and he's like, shoots his gun in the air, and then the other guy's like, ha 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 ha, like shoots his gun. That just reminded me of that.
Fuck, that's hotter than you.
I need more on here because I look like a bitch.
All right, yo. It's hot.
Let's see if we got.
Oh my god, why do I do this to myself?
Doesn't want to track right.
Pull it back.
There it is. Maybe. So we're gonna try this swing.
I thought the bone was on it still. You just you ate the bone.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
a beast.
I'm delusional over here. I'm going to like a cold phase over. I'm not cold, but I feel like I might be cold.
A Happy Beaver is tasty. Happy Beaver's tasty.
Yeah, that's a nice taste.
The pH levels are balanced. Tastes good.
Oh.
Ooh. It's got a almost similar toxic taste as these others, but sweeter for sure.
So sweeter.
Must have put a little brown sugar in there.
A little sweeter of the heater for your Peter.
Yeah. Doing freestyles. It's about to turn into a cipher here real quick. Hurry, get the cooler hot sauce and cool off with that one.
Yeah, put the sweeter hot sauce on there to cool off the hotter hot sauce.
Well, this is awesome, Keegs. I appreciate you inviting me over, do the podcast. Like I said, I haven't seen you in fucking 6 years probably.
Yeah, he's got a child that's about to go into school damn near.
Yeah, she starts in August, kindergarten in August.
I've never even met her.
2 children. So my girlfriend has a daughter. Her birthday is February 2nd, 2014. And my daughter's is February 8th, 2014. So they're 6 days apart. Both 5 years old. They are awesome, but they're a fucking handful.
Oh, yeah.
And we call them step twins. So
They look a lot alike, huh?
they don't look enough alike to think that they're really twins, although in the general public there's a lot of idiots out there.
Are we
So
the same age?
they'll be like, oh yeah, they're 6 days apart.
Perfect.
And there's people that'd be like, oh my god, are they twins? Like, no, they don't even really look that close alike. But I mean, they're long brown hair. My daughter's they're like 2 inches taller. Sawyer's about 2 inches taller than Aubrey. But yeah, we call them step twins. It is interesting.
I imagine that's what my parents went through. So my brother and I were, less than about like a year apart. And we didn't know a day apart. So we were together from like under 1 to 1 or whatever. Like, so we didn't look really a lot alike. I never thought so, but our frames were very similar builds. And I remember like one of the last times we were at a college town together, we were in this basement. And any of you guys out there going to a party, single guys trying to get women to, pay attention. I don't know if you could still pull this off. They'd probably call you Bill Cosby, but I know we weren't drugging women. But we had a bottle of 100 proof Dr. McGillicuddy's and a bottle of chocolate sauce.
Dude, Dr. McGillicuddy's.
And you just hit the party and you're like, you like peppermint patties? Oh, come here for a minute.
Dr. McGillicuddy's.
Bam, you hit them with the chocolate sauce, and then you give them the bottle, and they hit the. So we're at this party. We're in this basement, and there's like 6 girls, and somehow we get talking because both our last names are Dyke. So that somehow comes up, and we're playing on it, and they're like, you guys, or no, first they're like, you guys look like brothers, twins, and we're like, well, we are brothers, but we're not blood related. And they're like, shut the fuck up. So we pull our IDs out.
Same dad, different moms?
No, same nothing. But my dad and his mom were married like when we were like 1.
Oh, okay. So you guys got the same last name.
Yeah. So we don't know a day apart though. We're like, God rest his soul, but it was crazy. So that night, long story short, party all night. We're drinking with all these girls, having a blast. And I go back, and I had given him these couches for his apartment. We were movers at the time. And I fell asleep on the couch sitting up. And like, so you're like, it was different back in the day. We didn't wear as tight of pants. Pants weren't quite as tight. You had a little bit more pocket room. And I was carrying the bottle of chocolate sauce in one pocket. I had the backpack with the McGillicuddies in the other pocket. And that night I fell asleep on the couch. And I didn't take the chocolate sauce out of my pants.
Oh, no.
And I woke up, bro, and my whole leg.
It looked like fucking diarrhea on the couch.
It looked like I got shot. Because when it spread out, it turned like
a deep
lighter,
reddish.
Yeah, bro. And my leg was stuck to the fucking couch. It emptied half a bottle of chocolate sauce into my fucking pants. But I was so drunk, I never woke up. So I wake up, and I'm like,
it was probably like room temp, and it was like warm and just wrong.
Probably warmer than room temp.
You probably pissed yourself too, but you didn't even know because you're just covered in chocolate. You're
covered
like, that's not piss, it's chocolate.
It's chocolate.
It's all chocolate.
So
There's definitely no piss in there.
I just like got up, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? And my brother's passed out drunk. So I like flipped the cushion. Because the couch is trash. We got it off a job. It didn't mean shit. I flipped the cushion, and I go in. I'm like, hey, dude, I need a fucking pair of sweats, some shit. I got to get out of here. And I'm like covered in chocolate sauce, and he just like gets up.
Were you just sticky as fuck?
Yeah. It was gross. And so he gets up, and he throws me these sweats. And at first, I'm like, how does he still have a pair of sweats with like scrunched bottom? Like nobody even makes these.
Joggers.
Like, yeah, but before joggers.
Yeah, because joggers are like, they brought them back. It's like a retro thing, but.
I think I had some chicks fucking sweatpants, bro. I think my brother just like was like, I'm not going to give my brother
little back in the day, little chicken wing could fit into those sweatpants.
He was probably just like, I could give my brother this chick's sweatpants, or I could give him my fucking Adidas. Yeah, no, you're good, bro. And so like, I'm doing the walk of shame down through this college town because I couldn't park near his place that night or something. And I had to do this walk of shame all the way back to my fucking car with a bag, like a grocery bag, with like pants that were so saturated in chocolate sauce you could see it like stuck. Like I shit myself. It looked so bad. And I had to walk like a mile, bro. And I'm in these girl sweatpants that are like rising up on me as I'm walking. So like my ankles are showing like this much.
Yeah, they're like capris.
It's so ridiculous, dude. I just remembered that. So that's, but that night somebody
great
told us we
story,
looked
though.
like twins. So I was like, oh yeah, fucking we're twins, we're fucking Dyke twins.
The Dyke twins.
Shout
What
out
about
to Jay
you
Piedmont.
hoes?
Yeah, what's up with you girls? I knew we had something in common. You lesbians. Yeah, it's perfect. Gay Pride Month. Actually, that's this month, right?
Is it? Yeah,
I think it is.
I think it is.
So shout out to all the LGBTQ community. Freaking right. And shout out from the Dykes to all of you. All of you, because
to you.
You don't need a month. You just enjoy the whole year. But you got your month, so enjoy your month, right? I mean,
of course.
It sucks that you were shit on so bad, just like black people and the like bunch.
I don't know if I'll call it that bad, but
not that bad. But like you were shit on bad enough they gave you a month.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Like,
that's for real.
It's cool you got a month, but it sucks that like we fucking are so mean.
Not only were black people shit on worse, but they got the shortest month too.
Oh yeah, they killed them.
The fuck?
They're kind of in a way making up for it. I mean, they really dominate so much stuff.
I mean,
good for them. And that's probably why people,
game 2 tonight. We're gonna watch a lot of that happening.
Fuck yeah. Well, that's probably why people were assholes back in the day, and they saw it. They couldn't just fucking coexist. They were like, oh, they're definitely more.
There's a Bill Burr joke, and he's talking about. He's like, yeah, when I was a kid, he's like, I came from a long line of family of Irish drinkers that beat their wives. That's all the athletic ability I got. He's like, and here I got a D-up Deshaun in PE class who comes from hundreds of years of slavery, and they were just building the strongest people they could. He's like, how am I supposed to D-up with him? Which, that's evolving, you know?
Yeah,
adapting.
It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy that we all like to just turn a blind eye to it. Like, no, that didn't happen. I mean, it did, but it's, it is what it is.
I saw a good meme earlier that was like, here's another message that you can ignore, and it's like, something about just like planting like fruits and vegetables all over in neighborhoods and stuff so that people just have food walking down the street.
Oh yeah,
Homeless
absolutely.
people could walk by and grab an apple off a tree and stuff.
Somebody
But
shoots
it's like
some fucking
it's like,
homeless person for grabbing their apple. You know that's exactly how that shit is
oh
gonna
my
go.
god.
Just
Well,
took
yeah,
my
but
fucking apple.
well, they're talking. I think they're talking about like public areas,
Well,
like
they have
in
'em.
medians, like on the street and shit.
They
you know?
have I mean that shit should already be happening. But the
Yeah.
problem is then you got fucking people running across the street to grab an apple out of a median,
Getting hit by a car.
hit by a car. But one of the things that I think has to change is this perception we have of college. Like,
There's a lot that needs to change with that.
well, there's a lot, but yeah, we're not even going to get into the fact of how the loans go and all that shit. But I think the way you get at that without creating a big stink is that people need to reevaluate what college is. It's not the next step after fucking high school. College is a tool that you've found a craft that you need an education toward to better yourself.
Yeah.
Now,
And they try to justify the amount of money you spend on college by like you're investing in yourself. You are the business. You're investing in you,
but
which
people
isn't
don't-
quite the
But
case.
here's the thing. I don't want fucking 20-year-old Keegan and I don't want 18-year-old Keegan investing 30-year-old Keegan's money into 20-year-old Keegan.
24-year-old me, I don't trust the decisions I made back then.
Well, not
I'm
even
30
just that.
now.
I'm, just saying,
30 now, and I'm pretty sure I'm still not making the right
at
decisions.
18, I do not know who I am, what I want to become. Now, people
you're a
that
fucking free
people
spirit.
that want to be a fucking doctor, lawyers, those people that know and they start that process, I'm not talking to you. I am not talking to you because, and teachers, there's a lot of teachers out there that know, like my wife fucking knew. She knew she was supposed to be a teacher since she was little, and that's why she's gone back and she's going to be a gym teacher really soon. She's already taught for 4 years.
Isn't she already like a nurse right now?
Well, she works in medical, and she went back to that because Red for Ed was just really stressful with everything going on.
That was
So
I
she took a year
wasn't even
break.
involved with any of that in the slightest amount. And it was stressful for
It's
me just to watch
stressful.
from the outside.
It's stressful for them to tell you you're not working today. You're going to go march. And no, dude, we're not doing any of that.
No.
Now that we got it settled, she wants to be a gym teacher. I'm all for it because she's amazing at what she does. But I'm not talking to those people, the lawyers, the doctors that got to spend 10 years in fucking college and they know their path. You're a different person. You're a different breed. I'm talking to the normal person that thinks that they got to go to college and get a business degree, an art degree, and all these other little fucking degrees. But what you don't understand is you don't even know who you are. I'm 34 years old. I'm just now starting to really understand who I am. I'm not trying to have my 18-year-old self drop. I almost dropped 50 grand.
Is that the age that starts happening at about 34? You start figuring some shit out?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know personally what I would sink $20,000-$30,000 into for fucking not at 19.
I think financial maturity.
At 19, you wanted to know what I wanted to be? A fucking rapper or a music producer. I wanted to go to Full Sail College, and I wanted to spend $50,000 for 1 year to become an audio producer. Now, here's the deal. I probably could have become something, or I would have milked myself into a shitty-ass job in that field. That way...
Just running a soundboard for something.
Yeah, and I would have done that to the point where I didn't want to be in that industry anymore, and I would have probably left. And now I'm in a situation where I got to figure out who I am. And at the end of the day, what I really wanted is I didn't want to be a rapper. I wanted to be paid to be myself.
Yeah.
I wanted to be paid to be myself, and a lot of people, that's what you want to be. And you just got to figure out who yourself is. And at fucking 18, 19 years old, you really don't know. So you're going to college, and you're doing all these things. And it's because you've heard from years and years of experience that it's passed down the line that your parents went to college or somebody in the family or somebody went to college that you have to mark up to because you're better than the rest of your family or whatever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Back in our parents' day and their parents' day, college was a fucking tool. They used college as a tool to gain the knowledge they need to take the next step up. Right now, with these fucking phones and Google and all these other things, you have a couple years of going to work and doing that. If you actually spent the time to do the research on different jobs, most of these people go to school and they say, oh, I should become maybe a nurse. I look at the student loans and how much I'll make when I get out, and I could pay it off quicker and start making all the money. That's how they're gauging the student loan to how much they make when they get out.
Right.
That's not what college is for.
No.
And that's my biggest stress. And
It's
as
a
soon
tool,
as
or
you
it's
take
to help
that away-
sharpen the tools you already have.
Right. Oh, hell no. We ain't got the fucking landscapers out. Bro. Of course, we're gonna have landscapers. This is always something. I got all the cameras working, so why not have some
That's all
fucking
right. I don't.
landscapers? But
It might not be
real,
coming through too strong.
It is. But so here's my deal though. That debt will be there. If you want to pick that debt up at 24, at 28, it'll fucking still be there. You can still go to that college and you can still pick a degree. Here's the thing. You're just not going to be the cool guy going to the parties, which it's not really what it's about. You got to stop thinking college is about going to parties because, man, don't waste the fucking money. I went to so many fucking parties when I was 19, 20, 21, 22 that I didn't have to sign $20,000, $15,000 a year to go to do it.
Yeah.
There's no need of it. Go fucking figure out who you are. Go drag your knuckles. The reason our grandparents and our parents, they could use college as the correct tool is because at some point in their life, they dragged their fucking knuckles through the dirt and they had to work hard to earn some money and do some shit. You know, how many of these kids are raking fucking lawns or digging fucking...
Yeah,
well, they're not doing any of that shit.
Life is easier now than it's ever been in history. I mean, we have it the most comfortable that it's ever been in history. You know, there wasn't a Starbucks and a fast food joint on every corner. I mean, the number of grocery stores in Phoenix alone.
Oh, yeah.
There's a grocery store like every mile and a half. There's a grocery store
Yep.
everywhere. And it wasn't that easy back then, and you had to work harder to get what you wanted. You wanted to be able to drive over to that one market or that one grocery store that had all the best stuff that you loved. You want to be able to afford that and afford a vehicle and those things. And nowadays it's like you can go on Craigslist and pick up a car for $1,500. And, you know, granted, if you're not making a lot of money, you're not going to own your own house or, you know, a lot of comfort and luxuries you're not going to be able to pay for. But still, today is the easiest, most comfortable, you know, living situation we've ever had in the history of the world.
Yeah, no, I totally
And that's why
agree.
that's why they can wax you on.
But-
they're like, oh, $40,000 isn't a lot for an education. 50,000, 80,000, 200,000.
But
they
you don't
can
even
just
need
milk
it.
you for that.
Like, here's the deal. Most of those people, I don't mean to burst your fucking bubble. The job you end up taking in the long run, you're not going to need that degree. You're not going to need that degree.
Most likely not.
And if you actually went out and worked a few of those jobs first and you figured out what the shit end of the world is, and you might go back and figure your shit out. I mean, I think that college is a dying thing in the sense that right now, if I was 17 years old coming out of high school, my biggest thing would be I'd be learning how to code. I'd be learning how to make websites because you know how many companies right now don't want to make their own website and they have no clue.
I think you just triggered a bunch of people when you said learn how to code. Do you know about that whole movement? They're talking about a lot of people losing jobs, like, you know, drivers. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No,
You can get
keep
back
going.
to where you're going. Like truckers and stuff. Like, you know, they're gonna have a lot of automated driving and miners and people who are gonna be losing their job in these industries, coal industry, which who knows where the fuck that's going right now, with our, you know, current administration. But people that are losing their jobs like that, there's people online doing hashtag learn to code. So they're saying like, oh, you're losing your fucking mining job, whoop-de-doo, why don't you learn to code? Like, and it's become like this movement, and it's like triggering people. So that's why I just cut you off right there, because I thought that was hilarious. You probably triggered a lot of people.
Here's the deal though, like it's so readily available to teach you, and you're a fucking goofball if you don't, like, all right, maybe not code, but if you didn't take the time to learn how to build a website, like build an active website that looks badass and keep yourself up on it right now, even though they're continuing to make them easier to build on your own, there's so many fucking companies that do not want to build nor maintain their website.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to go out and mow a lawn anymore, bro. You can literally put yourself out there. You can go to a few places and just stick up flyers like, I'll build your website for fucking this much money.
There's websites you can go to and do like a bid on how much money you want to spend and how much, you know, work you want to go into building this web page, and it'll literally pair you up with someone in another state on another computer that just builds you a web page real quick. Boom. You pay them through PayPal, and you're done taken care of.
You're in this wonderful time right now where like you're in a in-betweener. So you got a shit ton of people that still don't want to go on the internet to look for shit like that, but they know they need the web page. They want to literally open a fucking yellow page that says, "We'll make your web page." That's what they want.
Yeah.
But that's not there anymore. So you got to go find places where these guys are going. Like if you were in the pool industry, you are fucking crazy. Like if you went to all the distribution houses in the pool industry, and that's just because that's what I work in, and you hit on all the little cork boards, I build websites. You'd be so fucking busy in 2 weeks that you wouldn't even know what to do with yourself. It's crazy because they all, none of them, but here's the first thing. If you're going in my backyard, I'm checking you out. I don't want to look at your Facebook page though. I'm paying you $100 a month to come in my backyard. I want to make sure you're a legit dude. You got a fucking website. You've been in business for whatever.
You got to at least have business cards.
So as a business guy, like if you could find some dude that could do that shit for you and make sure it's active and make sure that you could, have leads come through it.
Well, that baby boomer generation is a little bit what you're touching on earlier. The people who are hardworking, raking lawns, mowing lawns out there. That baby boomer generation had a lot of hard workers in it that are now, 60, 65, around that age or so.
Yep.
And that generation does not understand technology the way that their children did.
No, my grandmother thinks I'm a fucking tech genius if I flip her phone off silent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's seen one of the podcasts yet. She's like, it's wizardry. How did you do this?
So you want to know, hey, let's just get into wizardry real quick. What do you think of the desk?
The desk is cool. I've been checking it out.
But I want you to know, this desk, my great-grandfather made this desk by hand. There was no power tools when he made this desk or that. So all those fucking maps, all that wood came from each state that came out of. He got the wood from the state, and he carved it all by hand. There was no, it was like, if I peel that back, there's a thing taped to the back of it that tells what year it was done. But none of this is done with power tools.
Insanely
this is all done by hand.
Detailed.
So, people that are watching it, you can kind of see it, but you have no clue how crazy. This is a game table.
You guys can't see this right now, but it's actually a bunch of inlay. So it's cut out, and then there's inlays cut that match the exact detail of the cut next to it of two different woods butting together. And you have the entire map of the United States that's all inlaid with multiple different woods. It's actually,
those are slits.
It's a work of art.
It is, man. I'm telling you. I got a cribbage board
even
out there.
Even this table. I mean, it's like checkered. It's like a checkerboard pattern for like a majority of it.
It's a game. I think you can play. You can play something on this table. I don't know if it's
backgammon. Is it like we're talking wizardry, like some fucking Dungeons and Dragons type shit? Or
you can play like either backgammon or something. There's something you can play off this table.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Some old game that us fucking youngins don't know anymore.
Yeah. He made cribbage tables or cribbage boards. I got a cribbage board hanging out in the other room that he handmade. Like a lot of his stuff, I got lucky to get this stuff because you never could get something like this.
Yeah, no, it's handmade furniture. It's art. It's a super cool craft, man.
I'm going back to the wings.
Back to the wings. Keegan's back at it again.
Oh yeah.
How's this one? What flavor did we do here?
I went back to this.
Okay. See, we're doing what we should have done is done one of each. Maybe next time we eat. Maybe
the only ones we didn't do is any of the back.
We skipped these back ones because we all know what they taste. Actually, I'm gonna hit this sriracha pain.
All right.
Did I try that yet? I don't think I tried that yet. And then this one you can just probably throw in the trash because it's Tabasco.
Nope.
And they're never gonna sponsor the podcast and fuck Tabasco.
I love it though. I love that on my chicken and rice when
you're fucking from like New Hampshire and shit, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. That shit right there on like some.
We put this on crabs.
Yeah, that's how you get crabs gone if you don't want to shave.
Oh yeah, those crabs too.
That crab, yeah, because it don't burn too bad. What does it say? More recording has been stopped. Been automatic. Maximum recording time has been reached. I want more time.
So. Did it re-loop on the recording or is it stop now? So you gotta like hit stop and record again?
No, this.
So Keegan's doing the right thing, the thing that he should have done the first time in the first hour of the podcast, and he's checking out the camera right now and seeing to make sure it was going. Because I think a little ways into that first hour when he got super heated about not having that camera on, he actually at one point noticed it and knew it because I had said something. He's like, I don't know if that one's on. And what he should have done is just got up and went over there, but he was trying to be a good host and was like, I don't want to leave my seat and leave the microphone. But now I think he's starting to figure it out here.
We're getting it, man. We're getting it. It's a fucking learning process.
I'm gonna get a.
Did I hit yours this time? You're beeping. You're good.
I'm good.
You're good.
I haven't been paying much mind to this camera.
You know what's funny? With your hat on, if you were bald, you'd almost look like kind of like the guy that was on here last time.
I don't know who that is.
It's my buddy Joe.
Oh,
you guys would get along though.
Is he the T-Mobile guy?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I listened to that.
And that audio was so terrible, the fucking computer crashed on me. So it was one of those things where we were sitting there. You think I freaked out about that one camera not going? Good luck, sir. I don't think it's that bad.
We doused it.
The big Ladowski.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
The chewing.
That's the flavor.
First of all,
Flavor.
it's fantastic.
Is it good?
It's good. Not hot by any means.
No, I didn't think it was
Flavor's
good.
great though.
I need a fucking a mouth pick.
It's smoky. Nice and smoky. Yeah, this is the pain is good. The one that I've had of theirs is the Pain 100 or whatever.
What's this? Oh.
And that one's pretty hot. But, nothing's that hot to me.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, and I
just pulled this out to pick my teeth. But, oh my gosh. Dude, this isn't even staged. Check this out. So I'm super ADHD crazy, right? You know that.
Oh, yeah. It's like one of the first things I liked about you.
So I have these ideas, not ideas, but like past stories and stuff that'll come at me in like waves. And I hate to forget them. So I've been doing a better job of writing them down lately. And so a couple years ago, this guy, he was a pool guy, and he had talked about opening a store. He was going to open this store. It was actually right across the street from my distribution store. He was going to open his own like remodel, a little bit of a retail. People could come in and pick their designs, yada, yada, yada. And he was really getting into the whole religious thing. He'd just gotten a divorce. He was kind of a weird dude, but he was making all right money, and he's going to do the store. But he was kind of annoying. He was kind of weird. So
Sorry if you're listening to this right now.
So he goes to the place. The guy comes in, tells him what the rent is. The rent's real high. Like a lot of money. It's in Cave Creek, dude. Or it's off the Cave Creek in the 101. It's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So he gets out, and he's in this knee brace, and he can barely walk. And I don't remember what was said or how it came up, but the guy that I knew said a prayer and, like, rubbed this dude's knee or this leg and said some, like, prayer shit and, like, healed him, right? Now, this sounds fucking stupid and crazy, and then the guy takes the knee brace off, and he starts flailing his knee around and his leg around, and he runs up and down the steps. Now, this sounds crazy, but I saw the fucking video. I don't know who or why the video was being recorded, but it was being recorded, and he showed it to me. And here's the crazy part, is that guy swindled his ass into paying all that money for that place.
So, wait, on the spot when he healed him, he literally took his knee brace off right then and there and did this?
Yeah, and then he, like, ran up the steps and shit, and then he was like, it's like a sign that you should rent this place. And he rented it.
Oh, shit.
And he got swindled into the shit, and he went out of business, like, 3 months later and had to move. And the dude was, like, coming up, he was like, hey, man, you want to buy a PlayStation?
That dude is a fucking genius sales snake.
That's what I'm saying. He was, like, coming up, like, you want to buy a PlayStation? You want to buy this? And I was like, nah, I don't want none of that shit. And then he came up one day, he's like, do you want to buy a gun? And I was like, what do you got for a gun?
That dude should have played Jafar in the new Aladdin.
The guy that owned the building.
He sounds like a snake.
Fucking little short, like, yeah, he was like a little Egyptian dude.
It's fucking Jafar, bro.
It was legit, though. But here's the deal. Like, when he's telling me the story, I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, I don't even want to hear. This same dude, I bought a gun from him. This same dude was in a backyard one time, and a rattlesnake came up, and he filmed himself shooting the fucking rattlesnake in the front, like, going to the gate. Now, where we're from, that doesn't sound like a big deal. If you showed up to my house, there was a fucking rattlesnake, I'd expect you to shoot the fucking rattlesnake. In the city limits of Phoenix, you're not supposed to shoot a gun.
Yeah, you cannot discharge a firearm.
This fucking dude discharged a 9-iron.
9-iron. I discharged a couple of those, you know.
Yeah, that's fucking
in city limits.
He fucking shoots a 9mm at a snake and films it while he's holding his pool pole. I'm like, how did you hold all those things and fucking fire the guy? I think he put the pool pole down. But this dude is just so.
Probably
I don't know why he like films shit, but he filmed himself getting swindled. And I like every now and then he'll try to reach out to me. He was selling houses for a while, and I want to ask him like, you know, you got swindled, right? Like that dude, like you didn't heal shit. Like, I don't know. You're not magic.
Is he like some? You said he's kind of a weird guy. Does he seem bright, or he's just like?
No, not weird. Like you're really smart. Not that weird.
Okay.
Like you're dumb.
Yeah, he's dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Well, I mean.
He got swindled by Jafar.
It was good enough. I wrote it down on a fucking business card and stuck it in my wallet. I forgot all about it. I was like, I need something to pick my teeth. I was like, what the fuck is this? Ooh. That's so legit, dude. That happened. And like again, I'm at the counter like I'm not trying to hear you.
I hope he hears this podcast. I hope he's.
You want me to tag him?
I hope he's surfing through Facebook or something and just sees a video clip of the side of your bald head and is like, "Hey, I think I know that guy." And then he gets fucking 2 hours into the fucking podcast and he's like, "I thought Keegan was my friend."
I'll tag him in it. He got swindled. All right, bro. Joe Muley, homie.
Ooh, drop the name.
You guys, that guy. I saw the video. He was like kicking his leg.
He's definitely gonna get back to him now because somebody mutual on Facebook is gonna be like, "Yo, they said your name on there."
Bro, he was kicking his leg. He took the thing off his leg and started kicking his leg back and forth. And then he ran up and down the steps. And I was like, "What is happening right now?" Like, I don't know what you did with that. But you paid him, and you rented that fucking building.
Wait a minute. Did he put this video on YouTube?
I don't think so.
As I say, he probably monetized this video, put on YouTube, and now he's laughing at us because he's making money off this fucking stupid YouTube video about being healed.
If you're not doing that already, you should probably fucking do it. I'm just saying, if you have the video of you healing a man after he heals you of your fucking riches.
You healed his knee and his wallet.
Oh, man, that shit was crazy. So, yeah. So, I don't know, man. We don't need to go too crazy.
I'm burning.
It's been a good...
I'm burning through this drink right now. I'm almost done. I could use another. And then we got that hot chicken thing. Did you want to go to that?
I don't even know where my wife is, so I don't know if I'm going to a hot chicken thing. I got it.
Bring your hot chicken things to the hot chicken thing.
What time is it? The fucking game starts here pretty soon, I think.
Yeah. Oh, they probably have it on there. It's like a brewery. I'm sure they've got like some TVs in there.
I got a buddy coming over.
Okay. Okay.
Well, he is.
That's cool. I don't see you in 6 years, and you don't want to come hang out with me. That's cool.
I do want to hang out with you. Next Sunday, we should hang out again.
Yeah, we could try to make it a regular thing.
We could do any night. It doesn't matter.
Next Sunday, do you want to do hot sauces next Sunday, or do we want to do like beers or like some different beers or some
beers?
Something. Do like 10 things of something.
All the drugs, every drug. You can watch and see.
There's a few I might have to skip out on, but...
Me too. All of them.
All of them.
So, yeah, we can, we'll set something up for next week. It's been a good podcast. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I know everybody listened. You better listen to the whole fucking thing. Thank you very much.
My first podcast, too. I'm a virgin.
We broke him in to the first podcast.
You could probably tell from in the beginning, I was a little more shy, and then I got more comfortable.
Yeah, vodka does that for you.
Vodka will do it for you.
That's why I drink the Copper Cup Club.
Yep, Copper Cup Club.
So, thank you guys for listening to the Bernie Dyke podcast. This is Dakota. I'm Bernie. Thank you for listening. Have a great night.